From the News Talk 1340 KROC-AM and 96.9 FM newsroom, here's Andy Brownell.
Good afternoon. 70 degrees in downtown Rochester. There are still some thunderstorms moving through southeastern Minnesota to the east of Rochester and moving to the northeast. It's 5:03. A massive explosion in central Minnesota destroyed a home and claimed the lives of two people early this morning. The Mille Lacs County Sheriff's Office says dispatchers received multiple 911 calls just before 4 a.m. today concerning an explosion at a rural property several miles north of Princeton. A search of the debris field that had been a home located two victims. They were identified as 59-year-old Royce Krieger and 60-year-old Catherine Krieger. Officials say the family dog was also killed in the explosion. The cause remains under investigation. 3 people were transported to the hospital after a crash at the intersection of West Circle Drive and 41st Street Northwest in Rochester yesterday. A Rochester police spokesperson says it appears the collision occurred when the driver of one of the vehicles attempted a left turn off West Circle Drive shortly after 3 p.m. It did not appear anyone was seriously injured. A rollover crash on I-35 near Albert Lee left a woman from Kansas with life-threatening injuries. The State Patrol says 70-year-old Jasma Hopper of Wichita was critically injured. She was a passenger in a pickup that left the freeway and rolled around 2:15 yesterday afternoon. The driver of the pickup was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. The St. Paul Police Department called in agents from the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension last night to investigate a fatal officer-involved shooting. A preliminary report on the incident says St. Paul officers responded to a suicide in progress around 7:15 p.m. and encountered a woman who pointed a handgun at the officers. The officers responded by opening fire and fatally shooting the woman. A procession of fire trucks and other emergency vehicles accompanied a hearse today for a procession transporting the body of 40-year-old Egan firefighter Joseph Johns from the Hennepin County Medical Center examiner's office, that is, to a funeral home in Jordan. Johns was taking part in a motorcycle club gathering outside a popular Minneapolis nightclub when he was shot and killed early Sunday. Rochester police are looking for a man who assaulted a 73-year-old store clerk while robbing a convenience store early this morning. The incident was reported around 4 a.m. at the Circle K store near the Government Center on 4th Street Southeast. The man is accused of punching the store clerk twice before fleeing with multiple packs of stolen cigarettes. Hundreds of fentanyl pills were seized by Rochester police after they responded to a medical call last Friday. A criminal complaint filed in Olmsted County Court says the responding officers found an unconscious man in the driver's seat of a running pickup in a commercial parking lot near the intersection of North Broadway and 37th Street. The court document says 23-year-old Jack Ryan Farrell was arrested on suspicion of impaired driving, and a search of his vehicle led to the discovery of nearly 550 full and partial fentanyl pills inside the vehicle. 8 people have been charged in connection with an alleged Medicaid fraud scheme in the Faribault area. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison says the defendants used stolen identities belonging to hundreds of people, mainly from the Faribault area, in order to swindle the federal medical program out of $2.6 million. The charges in the case include felony counts of racketeering and identity theft. And what has been described as a compromise plan for rideshare service drivers in Minnesota was approved by a key committee in the Minnesota House this morning. That legislation sets a minimum pay of $1.27 per mile and 49 cents per minute for Uber and Lyft drivers. The two companies have complained that they were not involved in the development of the compromise proposal, and they have threatened to stop operations throughout the state if the measure ends up becoming law. For more local news, go to KROCnews.com. The official weather eye forecast. It should be partly cloudy tonight with a low around 50. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms are expected to develop late in the afternoon. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies with a high around 72. Scattered storms likely tomorrow night with a low in the mid-40s. And a chance of scattered showers on Thursday, the high just 60. Friday, Scattered thunderstorms possible, upper 60s for the high. A chance of rain on Saturday and on Sunday. Expect a high Saturday in the mid-60s, warming to 70 Sunday. And we get to Monday, slight chance of some rain, maybe thunderstorm activity at a high of 72. The radar continues to show scattered thunderstorms, a line of them moving across southeastern Minnesota, northeastern Iowa, and western Wisconsin. They developed pretty much on top of the Rochester area and have been moving to the northeast. In Rochester right now, in the downtown, it's...
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.